Hey, 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 friends! We are going to be doing vocabulary for lesson 3 in Unit 9, which is titled, What Body Parts Enable Movement, Support Respiration, and Circulation? So we're going to be talking about the skeletal system, the muscular system, the circulatory system, and the respiratory system. So let's get the vocabulary words out of the way, and then we'll start our notes in our next video. So you should have already finished up our first 5, which was organism, organ system, brain, and skin. And now we're going to move on to the next one. Bones. Our next, Our vocabulary word bones is organs, that support and protect the body. They also store minerals. We're going to learn a lot about the different things that you can find inside of bones, which is actually pretty cool. So don't forget that you are going to have to draw a picture, do a sentence, and do your pronunciation. Okay, so that's the first word. Our next word are muscles. Muscles are organs that contract to produce movement. And we're going to learn about the different kinds of muscles and what they're for and how they help us move. I bet you didn't know muscles and bones were organs, did you? Okay. Now, our skeleton is called an endoskeleton. That means that our skeleton is inside. Now, what happens with the animals that don't have a skeleton inside, like a crab? They have something called an exoskeleton. The part of the word endo means inside. The part exo means outside. So an inside skeleton and an outside skeleton. So as you read, you're going to find that different animals, such as some insects and crabs, they have something called an exoskeleton. It is a hard, protective outer layer, and it serves the same purpose as our skeleton to provide support. So I want you to think, what other animals, like a crab or an insect, have an exoskeleton? I bet you're right. Okay, the next one, what do we use our lungs for? Do you know? Our lungs help us breathe. They are spongy organs that expand to fill with air. That's supposed to be a parenthesis. Spongy organs that help us breathe air. Oops, so sorry. I let go and it went. Don't you hate it when that happens, when you have your notebook flipped over? Now we're going to learn about what happens with asthma. Some of you may have asthma. Some of you may have a friend or a family member or know what asthma is. And it's something that happens in the lungs. Okay, you can pause if you need to. Now the next one is the heart. Now the heart does not look like the heart like that. The heart is actually a muscle. It's a muscular organ. That pumps blood through the body. Your entire body needs blood because blood has oxygen. So if your body doesn't have oxygen, it can't stay alive. So the heart is really important because it pumps the blood through your body and then back to the lungs to get more oxygen and then back around in a circle. So we're going to find that the lungs and the heart are like a team. They're like peanut butter and jelly, or salt and pepper. So those are the vocabulary words for lesson 3. We'll start to get into digestion and all that good stuff later on in lesson 4. But lesson 3, your definitions are bones, muscles, exoskeleton, and heart. So make sure that you get those vocabulary words, those 5, done with a picture, a sentence, and a pronunciation. How does it sound? Like this isn't muscles, it's muscles. So you'd have to write it like it sounds. All right, when you're finished with this, move on to the nervous system when it's assigned.